All right, welcome back YouTube. This is Dave Lucas with Injection Molding Skills and More. Today's video we're going to go over water, cooling the mold. We're going to go over what are baffles, what are bubblers, maybe some water diagrams to show you how the water goes into the molds and all that. And then I'm going to actually show you some stuff that you can use to help you out with watering your tools and stuff. So let's get busy, let's get into this, okay? So I'm going to take you guys over here to the bench. I'm going to show you a couple different fittings that we use. So what we have here is we have like, this is the pipe that you thread in. Now there'll be different lengths, different sizes. You'll have this fitting like on some of our tools we use. We'll put the tape on there and you'll thread it in there. So this tool goes straight through to the other side, straight through, straight through, straight through. You can see it, they just go straight through. So what we use is we use quick disconnect tools to where our fittings that we put on tools, everything has quick disconnects at the press to make a lot quicker mold changes. And then what we use is we use these clips to actually put in this place of this to keep the things from falling off there. You can actually order these from PPE. They have them, they're like, you can get them for $5 a bag of 100 of them, okay guys? So, but we use that to help us keep the water off there. What you do is like this, most places will have it labeled on their tools. Like they'll have the first one will be like in number 1, in number 2, in number 3, in number 4. On this tool, how we do it is we'll put the in line here, we'll jump the bottom, we'll jump the center, and then we'll have it come back out over here. By the time the water gets to the other end, it's hot, but we run this tool hot anyways on both sides, about around 120 degrees. So this is one way that we do all of this, okay? So let me grab this stuff here and I want to take you over and show you the thermolator real quick. So what we do is we actually cool the molds with the tower outside. Then we chill everything, or we heat everything up with the thermolator. So here's what our thermolators look like. This is a tool that runs, and it runs with, it's actually running Hy-Trail. So what happens is we're cooling this, the lines run straight through the mold, okay? It jumps to the other side, so we're running water in the bottom. It'll come out and jump to the other side, basically. What this does, I mean, let me explain this again. It'll come up like a U. So if you look on the bottom, it's coming up, going back out, then going to the top, and then jumping back out, and then coming back out. Always your blue line is your supply line. Your red line is always your hot line. So always remember that. And then like I said, a lot of our fittings we use these little clips right here to keep everything so we don't have major water leaks everywhere. And like I said, like this here is for the thermolator. This here would be for our chiller system outside that we have. And a lot of the tools that we run a lot of stuff that's hot. So a lot of our tools will run anywhere between 100 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we have some tools, since we run Hy-Trail, we run them like around 80 degrees. So we'll run them on the chiller side. Our chiller out here don't get very cold. I mean, it's like, I live in Florida, so it's about around 70 to 80 degrees is the lowest we can get it, but that's cold enough for us to run our parts that we need to run here. So always try to keep a stock of water lines, different water lines for your area and how you want to do things. What we do is we keep everything stocked up on a shelf. So I try to keep everything on a shelf for the guys stocked up. You can see like the different fittings. You got tape. You got all these different water lines, and what you do is you just keep them out here. That way they know what size is what. You got extra brass, extra bolts, just anything you need for the water. These things here are very handy. So what these are is these are the little seals, the silicone seals. They go into the hoses. They're very important to use. Like I said, all the different fittings. So I hope that helps you guys out. I mean, I got another tool. Let me show you this other tool. So like on this tool here, you have, this tool's only got water here. They got plugs in it, okay? You can see the plugs. So what happens is the water's going in. You have water come in here and come out here. This one here, you got water comes in here comes out here, but then it feeds back into here and then out here. So we'll run 2 separate lines on here. We won't jump this tool. We'll run 2 lines here, 2 lines here, 2 lines here. So you'll have an in and in and in and out and out and out. That's how we try to run this tool. That way we get more water to the mold. This mold here, you can see it's got 1 line here, 1 line here, 1 line here, 1 line here. A lot of this water, since there's inserts inside of this mold, the water is only on the outside of the mold. So it only goes straight through. So your water goes straight through. You can use an air line, blow through there, and you can feel on the other side the air coming straight through to the other side. Those really don't cool anything. It's just cooling the temperature of the steel only, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you guys out as far as, I don't know, I guess everything, but I'm gonna add to this video and let you guys see what the water baffles are and bubblers, and I'm going to show you what water diagrams look like, okay? So stay tuned, okay? So these are what they call baffles. So you got a straight baffle. This baffle here is a spiral baffle, okay? They call them bubblers or baffles. They go into core areas and stuff like that to help you out, okay? Okay, so this here would be a mold. This is like the last place I used to work at. You would have a manifold that ran across here. For this would be all your hot water coming in. The blue one would be your water. So the blue would be your supply coming in. I mean, the red would be the hot coming out, okay? These manifolds help you out to where actually you're putting everything on the mold to where all you have is one hookup. And what they call that, they call that fire hose in it. You can either put a fire hose on here, or you can have it to where you got a coupling that actually comes on there, a quick disconnect that'll hook straight up to that. That makes it bigger actually to help you out. So you can look and see they got the stationary side with the sprue bushing up on top. You can see they done that whole side, and then they done the other side. This makes it a lot quicker for mold changes and everything. Then you're not chasing down looking for water lines and everything, okay? Okay, so now what I wanted to show you is a little bit of the water diagrams that you can actually make for your company. So this is one that I had. You can see how the water went straight through. So you'd have supply 8 going across to 8, so on down through the part. This would be the other side. So this would be the moving side. The water is at the top and bottom of this side. This one here, it's on the stationary side. It's on, you know, front and back. Okay, so let me go out of this one. Let me show you another one. Oops, sorry. Oh, that's too many things up. So let's go to like a screen base. So you can see this one too. Like you'd have 1 in, 1 out. 2 in, 2 out. A lot of these tools, you can put the manifolds like I was showing you on the side of the mold, and then you can water all these, and then you can just have one connection that comes into the mold only. Okay, so that would be a big help. Like on that picture I showed you earlier, that's what you'd want to see. Let me close this out. There we go. Like on this one here, you can see now this one has jumpers on it. So what I did is I actually have it, this would be the back side of the press. This would be where all your water lines go in, and all this is jumped. Okay, this mold, you'd have to hook all this up singly because it went into a press where we had to get as much cooling water on there as possible. But a lot of companies, they'll mark these on the newer tools. They'll actually have those marked for you, so you know 1 in, 1 out, 2 in, 2 out. This is just something I did to help out the last company that I worked for, to kind of come up with an idea on how to do their water to help them out. Because you see, blue supply water into the mold, red is always your return water coming out of the mold. If you look, 1 went in, then we jumped, then 1 come out. So you only have that section right there that runs that water line. The next line, you do 2. What you can do is you can blow air in there to find out where they come out at it. So, and on a lot of tools, whenever you use like the baffles or the bubblers, they'll go into a core area, okay? So let me see, whoops. Let me see if I have something that shows a core. All right, so we don't want to save that. Let me see if I can find something that has a core on it. This one doesn't. This is a fire hose, so it just hooks up two different ones, okay? Let me see. So this one here has, right here where it's going in here, so it's got a cooling nozzle on it. Sometimes you got to run water to that, so if it has a valve gate on it, you actually got to cool that area too, okay? So there's a lot of different things you can do for water diagrams. A lot of companies don't use them. A lot of companies do use them. It just depends on the supplier. You know, some of the mold companies that you would have out there will help you out. They'll actually help you figure out what you actually need. Like if you tell them, hey, I want the tool built this way, they'll build the tool that way, and they'll actually put on the tool in number 1, out number 2. They'll help you, show you how it's supposed to be watered if it gets watered correctly. And a lot of companies, they'll actually do, you know, flow on your part to make sure where the hot spots are on it and everything. So I hope this video helps you out a little bit with water flow, what baffles are, and actually how the water flows in there, what kind of diagrams you can make for yourself. Like I said, every mold don't come with water diagrams. They'll be on the side of the tool. If anything, you might be able to see something like, let me see if I can show you what this looks like. So let me see if I got one or not. But like on most tools, you'll have like, it'll show like if you look on the side of your mold, you'll see like a little heat plate on the side of that mold. Let me see if I can see where I got with something here. Let me look up something. I'm sorry, guys. Like this one here is really high tech. So you can see all this is all the different water channels on this one. This mold's like really intense, okay? It's got a lot of water lines. It tells you supply, drain. That shows you your valve gates, but what I wanted to show you was like, let's see, hang on a minute, let me look up something real quick. What I wanted to show you is like the little placard that goes on the side of the tool that shows you like for heats. Let me find one. Okay, so right here's one. So if you're looking at this, you'll have something similar to this that'll show you the water. So like if you have this, it'll show you on the side of the tool. Well, you'll have one too that'll be farther down on the tool that'll actually show you the water, and it'll say water and the recommended use for the water, okay? So I appreciate all the support to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.